Yep, right at 4,000. A little bit. If you just pull that nose up slightly, looking at our attitude indicator. If at any time you feel any type of sensations that you know the instruments are disagreeing with you, just tell me. Remember to keep your scan going. Okay, pushing the nose down some, just let it come up. There you go. Our vector enough way out here. Or maybe not.
Cactus 430, turn right heading 100, descend to maintain 3,000. 100 down to 3,000, Cactus 430.
Hold on a little bit, yeah. Here, see what is it trimmed out at? Yeah, there we go. Maybe a little bit, try to put a tiny bit of trim, just because you didn't add all the power that we had before.
So Mike Alpha, descend to maintain 3,000.
And maintain 3,000, Mike Alpha. Alright, so just pull out about 200 RPM or so. There you go. Let the airplane do the work. Go down to 3,000. 3,000. Yeah, you don't want to descend too fast for this. There you go. 500 feet per minute is really all we need.
Fighting with the autopilot, should I?
No.
We're 37 miles from Stellar. Turn right heading 160, maintain 3,000 till established on the right. Cleared ILS 119 left. 160, 3,000 till established. We're clear for the ILS 19 left, Cactus 430.
Cactus is United Airlines, I'm pretty sure.
3,400.
So what this is called is between layers. So if you got an overcast layer, then it's clear, and then another overcast layer above us. But this is where, if you read in the in any of the handbooks, where you can get that false horizon if you're looking outside because you think that you're in the clear. It could be off. Good.
At the 917 Mike Alpha is 6.5 miles from Kinsey. Turn right heading 160. Maintain 3,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS from Y19 approach downtown.
Alright, so 160, maintain 3,000 till established, clear for the ILS 19 approach downtown. So 917 Mike Alpha.
160, already contact International Tower 128.2. 28.2 Cactus 430, good night.
Get my power back to...
So maintain that 3,000. There we go, just bring that nose up slightly. Alright, now, you see how the...
it's live, yeah.
So go ahead and turn to 188, so keep it going around. So now this is called being established on the approach. So we can actually go down to 2,600. So go ahead and bring some of that power back.
Here, 982 Romeo Alpha, cancel departure, IDEN, climb maintain 5,000.
Bring it back to 2,000. There you go. Out there. Okay, we're below 3,000. Gotta bring up Mr. Rich.
Extra full Rich.
Here, 2 Romeo Alpha, radar contact 2,000 southeast of New Century Airport, south leaving.
2,600. Don't go below that.
2,600.
There you go. So, and you can leave the power here.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to trim it nose up slightly to maintain that because we slowed down. I'll bring a little bit more power in. There we go.
That's about 2,600.
Good. Okay, here, I'm sorry. I'm flying it a little bit from my side just to hold her back. So that's screwing you up with the trim. Alright, so 2,600, because remember that's our hard number. So another quick look.
City approach, Malibu 8410, tanker level 105.
It's slightly going that way, so maybe change it. Maybe
410,
degree or two.
approach 100.
It's really preferable to use an autopilot instead of...
Oh no, you can hand fly it. I mean, I did my instrument rating with, I had 0 hours in a plane with autopilot. I did it in 10 Hotel, actually.
Mike Alpha, contact downtown tower 133.3.
Over tower 133.3, Mike Alpha. Downtown tower, start 917 Mike Alpha is on ILS 19er.
917 Mike Alpha, downtown tower, runway 19er, clear to land.
So land runway 19er, start 917 Mike Alpha. Yeah, minus it, a little bit. So we just want about 90 knots before we are at our, which we have, 90 knots indicated. Oh wow, look at that headwind up here.
Yep.
We got 95 indicated, 70 ground speed.
So with the headwind, we're going to have a lower ground speed touching down, which is a good thing.
Approach, so now it's in approach mode. Now it's really going to fly that. Remember, before we get to Kenzie, which is our outer marker, it's going to be...
we're climbing a little bit.
Alright, so I may have added a little bit too much power. Actually, that's fine. I was trying to speed us up. Okay, so we're cleared to land. Just don't go below 2,700.
26 or 27?
2,600. Okay. According to our chart. That's where we will intercept the localizer. This message saying. Left frequency. We're looking at it in our map too, so we're fine.
So we're now at 2,700. The airport is at like 700.
Our touchdown zone elevation is 754.
So we're 2,000 feet. So that's twice as high as my usual pattern altitude. Just trying to figure out where I am in the world.
It just keeps on reminding us to change it, because it really wants you to use nav 1 for the approach, but then we won't have this overlay. I guess we could use it. I'm just going to leave it instead of changing things at the last second.
Yeah. And we're 1 nautical mile out.
Yep. Okay, so when we hit Kenzie, which is you can see the glide slope starting to come in, all you need to do is pull the power out to about 16 or 1700 and descend it roughly between like 400 and 500 feet per minute. It might actually be a little bit less today, and that'll keep us on the glide path. It depends on your speed. But we're going to do the 5 T's when we get to our outer marker, which should be in half a mile. It's the time, so where it is. So time, turn, we're not turning. Twist, not twisting anything to turn. Transition, so power. And the autopilot is, we're just looking to keep that needle, our glide path needle centered. The autopilot to keep our localizer needle centered. So we are in charge of the glide slope. So yep, keep one hand on the throttle, and you may, it's kind of like in snowflight. We're here, it's trimmed for our airspeed, and it'll be coming down at about 95 or 90 knots indicated. So if we are, now we're below glide path, so add some power. Look at your descent right there, so add a little more power. There you go. You really shouldn't have to make any pitch adjustments. Just want to keep this in your scan. Don't just fixate on it. You want to keep your VSI in your scan too. So now we're correcting. Good, it's coming up.
Maybe a little more.
Yep, you go ahead and add a little bit more. Yep, that's fine. It's correcting. See the needles coming back down. So we're just holding our altitude now. The reason why it's not, okay, so now just barely pull the power out to stay on glide slope. Just pull it out a little, maybe 200 RPM. Do it right now. A little bit more, so it may take only maybe 300 feet per minute. There you go, pull some more power. It's all dependent on our headwind, so our ground speed,
puts you in a different...
So the slower our ground speed, the lower our descent rate needs to be. You'll see our descent rate's too fast at 500. Now we're coming in. Looking fine, we're got another 1,000 feet to go until minimums.
I'm a little high.
Yep, so just vary that power slightly, so just pull it a little, out a little bit, maybe 50 RPM. Just start pulling a little bit of power out. There you go. That'll correct us. Localizer's looking good.
Still focus on the instruments.
Yep, still, okay. You can see the approach lighting system, so you can still come down on the instruments, so go ahead, keep your head inside for loading the cloud. Just try to stay on that glide path. Doing a good job. Alright, watch that glide, so see it's coming up like that. Remember, it gets real sensitive, so add some power. Alright, you can go ahead and just fly it visually now.
Being not your flaps?
Yep, go ahead, we're below 110, so go for it. And you can pull the power back to 1500, just, I guess, a normal descent.
Power's back to 1500, first notch is in.
Just make sure we're below 85 for that second notch.
Alright, second notch now.
Pinch down the car's happy.
1600. I don't know where the wind's from.
It was 160, so the left crosswind. And you can tell it by seeing the nose expansion to the right. So now, right here is our minimum. So we could have broken out right here and still landed. And we would have been doing 90 knots, so there goes the L power.
Downtown Tower, keep your maintain 0 south is 3 outside Kenzie, ILS 19.
0 Alpha, downtown Tower, number 2, the field spacing is fine, runway 1 enter.
Middle end, beat number 2.
Right rudder. Watch the airspeed, keep coming down. Go, bring the power to idle. Sorry, come down. Oh, very nice. Alright, and we'll be going to the right. So keep that back pressure in there. Light braking. Little right rudder. Remember that wind's trying to weather vane us.
I said like Apple State Park.
Oh, we're parking at the GA terminal, hit my call.
Roger, exit at Echo, then Lima to Park, monitor ground, point out on the way.
Alright, Echo and Lima Park, and monitor ground, hit my call.